These are really exciting times for the Brisbane Channel. We've had a lot of people come on board recently, and we're at just over 18,500 subscribers at the moment, getting really good views, and I'm really excited about some of the videos that are in the works right now. There's one in the works that's coming out really soon on the active transport in Brisbane. What's the situation? What's the good? What's the bad? What are the alternatives for driving to get around this city? There's another couple that are pretty complex issues. We're looking at homelessness, we'll be looking at youth crime. And to produce videos like this takes a lot of time, a lot of research, a lot of filming, interviews, editing. And on top of that, the PhD that I'm desperately trying to get done. So I'm really juggling multiple things all at the same time. And I often find myself working at the computer, trying to manage it all on a single monitor with multiple windows open and flicking from one thing to the other. And that's why when Kwumsy emailed me asking if I'd like to try out a new computer screen extender, I was really conflicted because I said I'd never sell out and do reviews on products that weren't directly related to the topic of the channel, which is Brisbane. But I thought that this thing could actually really help me to produce content for the channel more efficiently, and also help me with other things that I was doing at the time as well. But I did think that it would make the channel much better in a way, because I wouldn't be wasting so much time when I'm producing the content. And I thought also that if I found it a really useful thing, maybe a lot of my viewers would also find it useful, assuming it was actually good. And so here we are. I decided to go for it and try out the Kwumsy S6 dual screen extender. But is it any good? Is it just cheap rubbish, or is it actually a powerful tool that you never knew you needed? Let's find out. The Kwumsy S6 is designed to be a laptop screen extender. So I set it up with my laptop so you can see how it works in that formation. But I've never been one to follow convention, so I always plan to use it to extend my desktop computer's workspace. And that's what I did. And I've got to say, having 2 extra places to put everything has been amazing. Let's say I'm editing a video. I can have the editing program on the main screen, a folder with video and audio files on another screen alongside an outline for the video, and meanwhile have a browser open on a third screen to find music tracks to download. I found that this setup was good for when I'm editing, but working on my PhD thesis, rotating one of the screens to make it vertically oriented allowed me to read my thesis outline full screen on one screen, while I had Word open on the main screen alongside my uni's library website and an article PDF I was using on the third screen. There's no denying having extra screens is handy, but how good is it? It's pretty much plug and play, so it's really easy to set up. But the screens aren't powered, so you need one cable for the video signal and another cable for the power for each monitor, unless you have a full-featured USB-C port, in which case you can just use a single cable. But I found I had to use 4 cables no matter what the setup, whether it was for my laptop or for my desktop computer. There are built-in speakers in each monitor, but honestly, they're not that great. At full volume, the sound is not very loud and it is quite tinny. One thing I am impressed with, however, is the control that you have. Not just to control things like volume, contrast, and brightness, but you can also adjust the color balance by controlling the red, green, and blue channels independently. So you actually have a lot of control, which is good for someone like me who works a lot with photographs and video content. And I think the one thing that separates the S6 from the other similar setups that I looked at is the flexibility. As they demonstrate in their promo video, there's countless different configurations you can use. The whole setup packs down to fit in the carry bag that comes with it, and it's really quite light. So if you're taking your laptop to work somewhere remote, it's pretty convenient. I do love the way it's magnetized to click together for safe carrying. Kwumsy sent me the S6 for free, but they're not paying me to do a review, and I only agreed to review it on the condition that I could be completely honest about it, both the good and the bad. But I would definitely recommend it to anyone who wants to extend their computer, whether it's a laptop or a desktop. I've found it really great to work with. And on a day I took it down to do some filming, I actually found it really hard to get used to having just the one screen again. It's so handy. Apart from the speakers, there's not really much to fault about the S6. If you think it's something that would be useful for you, you can check it out on the Kwumsy website by clicking the link below. It's an affiliate link, so when you do buy your own S6, that also helps the Brisbane Channel. And if you use the code TBC15, you'll get 15% off your order. But now that that's done, I can get back to making informative videos about all things Brisbane. So subscribe if you're not already, and if you are, make sure you've got all notifications clicked. And I will see you in the next video.